Welcome back on Diamond. Today I want to propose you a video about the unboxing review about the White Dwarf issue 195 released by the Game Social for December 2023. So this is the last of the White Dwarf of this year. So here we can find from the cover that it's with the T-Knights. In fact, we have an article inside that makes see what are the development of the T-Knights along the year. So it's quite nice. And something related about this new world that it's brought by the T-Knights with the Leviathan setbox and so on, that it's about the new world, the fourth world of the tyrannic ones. So here we can go to see about the contents, but first we can see about the things that are the inserts one. So we can find that we have the usual ones, so the warhammer 40k and the Age of Sigmar ones that are detachable. Here we have this that is related about kill team. And here there is this that should be about the bunker, but it's a simple one, so not worry too much. And here we have this that it's something that you can put behind as a sort of screen for your miniatures, that I quite like, because this can be really quite useful, and I like quite a lot because it can be quite themed for something related about some desert or so on, so really nice. And so now we can go to see about the contents, so we only need to open such White Dwarf. Here you can see the alternative cover of the White Dwarf, that it's the same that we've seen here, but simply without any writing, and you can have this only with the subscription to the White Dwarf. So if you're interested, it can be quite a good, I can say, buying. So here we have this that it's the editorial, as usually. Here we can see about the contents inside this White Dwarf that are not bad at all as amount, and then we can see also here that the description of the insert that we've seen. Sincerely, I hope that the you will make finally that this insert will be outside the White Dwarf, because it's much better to read it than having this, and I don't like to take off from the White Dwarf itself and ruin eventually a bit. Here we can see about the mailing list of the reader to the team of the White Dwarf, and as usual I suggest you to see more than read. You can also read because there are quite nice information, but here for example we have this diorama that it's not bad at all, and we can see also here some other things that are quite nice. For example, this mini diorama, or better diorama, it's quite nice and show you how you can personalize quite a lot a single model, so create quite a lot of different things, applying different options on. I quite like such type of things, are the things that make me really desire to create dioramas, and you know that I quite like it. Here we have about the, I can say, etymology of the word related about the different races in Age of Sigmar, and I really quite like, because you can understand better about a lot of different armies, and the images are always something amazing once, so really quite nice. Then we had this that is the continuation about the Sundering campaign of the Strike Throne, so it's really quite nice to see. And we can find also here the challenge usually related about the bunkers that sincerely I completely skipped, but it could be useful. And here we can start about the background and so on related about the Strike Throne Sundering. So here, as usual, there is quite a lot of information about Age of Sigmar, so I suggest you to read even if you don't play the campaign itself, because they can be really quite nice, as a lot of information related, and quite a lot of improvement about the background of different species. Here we are about warhammer 40k, the mission that we've seen before in the insert, we have here now, and here it's that it's related about the Age of Sigmar 1, so it's here these two. And then you can see about the kill team, and we see this will be the cards that we've seen added. Here we have the part about the basic training, so suggesting about how you can behave, little tactics that you can apply and so on the battlefield. And I can say that they can be quite useful eventually. You can read even if you don't play Warhammer 40k, but you want to try some other things, because they talk about tactics and strategies, so they could be really quite useful. Here we have about painting. And this could be a really quite interesting part about painting such type of screens that are transparent and so on. And also this one, it could be really quite nice. Also this, that it's about this, see that it's the Zenitar way to paint, could be useful. And really, it's up to you to decide how you want to paint, but it can be quite nice. Here there is an article about some other places related about the construction song that made some other stores, and here it's Besalcon. Sorry, I can't pronounce it really quite good, and make you see some of the conversion and so on that has been brought. And sincerely, I find it really quite intriguing because it lets you see different scheme of colors, so on, so it can be really quite nice in my opinion. And you can have ideas, for example, this that it's a L'Oreal with a different scheme of color for the Beetle, so quite a lot of nice things. And then we move to Age of Sigmar, and I love such one because recall the Dawnbringers, the third book, sorry, the second book, so it's a really quite amazing one. And here we can see the part about the campaign, the Slandering Crown, that it's here we can find that there is the background, the missions and so on that we can develop. Here there is the concept about the magic for the Order and the Destruction that could be quite nice to read. Maybe it's okay, normal one for the ones that play, but could be an information one. Here we can see this, that it's a novel that we can find the Caradon that are going against the Scaven, so it's really quite intriguing one to read, and so I suggest you eventually to read because it's a good way to know both of the races. Here instead we have about Work High with new background that it's quite nice and new rules obviously, so it could be quite nice because it brings you the City of Sigmar and so on to make you understand better how you can play with Work High. And then we move on Warhammer 40k. Here we can see this image that I think that it's amazing. It's the Leviathan against the Ultramarines, but it's really quite inspirational, this one. Then we had the Tale of 4 Warlords, related about Warhammer 40k in this case, so we can see how they can proceed with their armies and so on, how they compose their rooster, how they painted them, modified and so on. Sincerely, this Orange Space Marines, it's not quite to my liking, but it could be quite nice. And really, it's always something that I suggest you eventually to see, because you can find eventually some modifications, some changes or so on that could be quite nice. Here we had this, that it's the boarding patrol that has new rules and new missions and so on available, so for the ones that play it, it's always amazing. And here we had the 4th Tyrannic World, so we can see a bit of background related, and for the ones that like such type of war, and really I like, I think that it's really full of informations, of ideas, on things and so on, that it's good to know because it's a developing of the background itself, so nice. And here we have also the galaxy map with the wars. I think that it's really nice. And here we can find this that it's a little about the history of the Tyranids, so from the beginning, how they developed the models and so on, and we can see how much the change has been, moreover from these warriors. So it's really quite nice and really something that we can really have fun with. And really here the size of the models of the Tyranids compared to the other things, so it can be quite interesting to see. And really here also some concept related about, so quite nice, really something nice. Here there is a way eventually to play them, how to paint them and so on, how the meaning of the different parts of the body of the Tyranids. So there is really quite a lot of things. Here some detail about the non-emissary, that it's a new mod that has been released with the Leviathan. Here some parts about the background that I quite like because there are tons of information inside this, and I like such way to make them, so like announcements, sieges and so on. Really quite amazing one. I love such type, and there are a lot of things to read with different parts. And then we have this written about the Cursed Sons, that it's about the 13th foundation chapter, and here we have the Lamenters. So here we have a successor that they are from the Blood Angels, and sincerely it's a chapter that it's always a fascination about the scheme of colors, the idea behind and so on. It's something that I really quite appreciate, I really quite like about such things. And here we can see a lot about the armies, the painting and so on. And for example also such type of painting with such type of ways. There are really a lot of things that you can separate from this, and having ways to know them better, moreover because they receive the primaries with this type of army. Here instead it's all related about models or better modifications, so related about Lucas Frias, and really you can see quite a lot. The details that are here are simply amazing. They are really something to see about such Nagash. It's amazing. It's simple as modification if you think about repositioning the pieces to have Nagash, but at the same time the concept about the base, the recreation of these parts are amazing. Also this, it's something really quite nice. Really, it's worth about this because it can make you understand quite a lot. Also here, it's simple if you think about, because are simply the things with this slope and put together. So it's not technically something of concept difficult or realization is difficult, but having been able to do this in such a way that it's quite amazing and can give you quite a lot of ideas to create the dioramas. Also think about this or this. There is something that I quite love as things, because there are a way that I love dioramas that can be completely changed and so on. Okay, I prefer usually game type of dioramas, but these are art of work, really piece of art, because they are simply amazing one. Here we have Necromunda with some of the background related, that it's always nice, and some of the rules. Also some of the miniatures painted in different ways, that can be always quite nice. Here we have this that it's about the Black Library, and as usual I suggest you to eventually read about this, because it's always a way to make knowing about maybe some new themes by an author that you yet know, or maybe know a author new one that talk about a thing that you like, or both. So it's always something that I suggest you to give a try, also because often these are something that you can find in the Black Library book, so eventually you bought the White Dwarf and these are technically for free. Here we have inside the studio and what we see in the next White Dwarf, and as usual there are quite a lot of information that you can use from this. So here it's related about the Warhammer 40k, the next one, so it will be related about the Pariah Nessus, and here we can see that it will be related about something that we see the Ultramarines against the Knights. So I'm quite curious about to see what will be the January one. Moreover, because there should be also the release about the Fresh Eater course, because the limited edition has been released this month. So I'm curious to see if they add something more in the next months. And there will be also quite soon the release about the fourth book of the campaign of the Dawnbringers. So I'm really quite curious to see if there will be something peculiar or so on, because it will be related about Ushar and the Fresh Eater course too. So I think that the next year there will be quite a lot of things. Moreover, because finally the announcement of the releasing of the Old World rules that some of has been spoiled on the Warhammer community site, and also we're seeing quite a lot related about Bretonia and Camry, that are the, I can say, two main fiction for now that will be seen for the introduction about the new Old World. I know it's a bit strange to say new Old World, but technically it's like this. So there will be quite a lot of things to see in the next year. So I'm really quite curious about. Surely this year has been really quite nice, I think, but I hope that the next year will be much better, because sincerely this year Warhammer 40k, the 10th edition, has not satisfied me completely, because the codexes, because they were not at all good in my opinion, because rules and moreover points were outdated before they were even released, so awful as thing. Age of Cinema promised quite a lot, because even the campaign of Dawnbringer is fantastic, even if it should have been ended this year itself, but okay. The Fresh Eater course, it's an army that I'm really quite waiting, so I'm perfect wow about, and really have quite a lot of expectation for what we are going to see the new year. Anyway, I want to give you my Merry Christmas, my Happy Holidays, and really have fun with the hobby and everything that you like. So from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So I hope to see you again to the next time.